Hi, it's Christy from crystalknitsandpearls.com. I am a Florida knitter who shares her knitting adventures through the Sunshine State. And it is Friday, January the 3rd. So this is my 2-day re-entry back into work since I took off for the holidays starting at 1 p.m. on December the 20th. So it's been a rough couple of days, but I am excited to share what I got in the mail from a couple of different days this week, including today, what I am working on, and some of my goals and plans for the upcoming year. So I'm just going to jump right in, and I'm going to start with what I received today in the mail, which is my Yarnable subscription. So this is the yarn that I received, and the colorway is Intergalactic. It's kind of a space theme this month. Whoopsie. Coincidentally, I am planning to knit a Friday shrug, and I was looking to do like navy blues, but this might just make its way into the plan. We shall see. If not, it'll become at least one pair of socks. Second up is this really cool iridescent space agey notions bag. It's pretty spacious, has a flat bottom. It almost reminds me of that big ball at Epcot. But this one is iridescent, has a great strap with a zipper pull and a handle. So this will be fun to add some notions to. Also received some Bath Sprinkles Fruity Fusion. I am sure my children will make use of these before I do. And then also these cute little space-themed sticky tabs. Also something I have to hide from my children if I actually would like to use them. Also, every month you receive a little card that describes what's in your kit, and also you get this little scratch-off coupon. So if you order by the end of that month, so in this case by the end of January, you save whatever this holds. I don't know, because I don't usually scratch it, but there may come a time where I do need to order extra, and we'll do so. The other thing I received in the mail was a gift from my boss. So the first thing is this fabulous sock sized knitting project bag. I love the Mad Knitter on it. Great handle / zipper pull. This is by a company, it's an Etsy shop called Ocean Patch Creations. And I was looking at her Etsy shop last night, just out of curiosity, and she has some great fabrics, designs. So it's not just the style, with the Mad Knitter or whatever. There's a lot of, and she has different kinds of bags. This one is a knitting project bag. And then I also received this great Notions bag along with it. So as you can see, like a different style knitter, but really cute still. So I'm excited to use these. We have our big trade show for my company at the end of February. So I will definitely, when I fly out to Vegas, I will definitely be popping a sock project in there so that I can show my boss it in person, because she didn't get to see it in person. So those are the two things I received in the mail since I last spoke with you that are knitting related. So I'm going to jump into what I'm working on. I am still working on my aunt's Woodsy Socks. These are not going to be shorties. These are going to be regular socks. This is self-striping yarn from Freckled Whimsy. This is my first time, even though I have a subscription, my first time knitting Freckled Whimsy's yarn, and I love it. It is maybe one of my new favorite yarns. It doesn't split. It doesn't fray. Like, I haven't had any problems with it. It's so soft and silky. It's literally like knitting with butter. I mean, it's so nice. I'm really, really enjoying it. This is a previous Yarnable. They had a dino theme month, and this is one of the progress keepers that I've turned into a, oh, I have it on there on the wrong. Usually I use it on the small hook. But with this one, I cast on 63 stitches and knit a 2x1 ribbing for the cuff. Then I added a stitch to make 64 stitches before knitting the leg. I knitted 64 rounds on the leg, so I'm to the heel on this particular sock. And its mate, I have literally started 5 times, I swear, maybe more. I keep messing up this other cuff. I don't know why. So I am only about halfway through the first round on it. So this cuff and probably toe will be in this mini, and then the rest of the sock will be in the main color. The other project is my daughter's socks. Again, these are going to be regular sized socks. This is in Emma's Practically Perfect Sock yarn. This is the colorway Christmas Sprinkles. You may remember I have knit 3 knee-high socks in this colorway for all 3 of the girls. 2 of them fit perfectly. So the 2 younger girls, my oldest daughters were a total fail. Did not fit at all. It was a big disaster. So these are socks that I am knitting to replace those. And she said she just wanted regular, socks, not shorties, not knee. So I realized one of the reasons it failed is because her foot has grown, and I was knitting a child-size sock for her, and she really needs like a medium woman size. She's almost the same shoe size as I am. So I also cast on 63 stitches, did the 2x1 ribbing. I cast on 1 extra stitch, or added a stitch for the leg, and then that's where I'm at with hers. And I will knit 64 rounds on the leg, and then heel flap, turn, etc. The other sock, they're gonna get all mixed up in here. Same thing. I am to the leg, but not as far on this one as the other. I'm gonna get all twisted up. And then last whip is my oldest daughter's also. This is her hurricane blanket. I am about 181-ish rows into this. I am using Hurricane yarn from Hobbii. This is the pink coral colorway. I bought 3 cakes of this, and this is cake number 2. I originally had planned to finish this as a Christmas gift. Obviously did not finish it as a Christmas gift, so I wrapped up what was done at the time along with this cake and the other cake of yarn, and then she knows that she's getting it. I also bought 2 other colorways for my 2 other daughters, so I owe them blankets as well. A blue and white colorway that's called River, and a purple and white that's called Orchid for the other 2 blankets. My only finished project is this adorable little ornament. I did not weave in ends yet, and I have not added the little hooky thing, but this is a star pattern, but as soon as I showed it to one of my daughters, she said, "Oh, it looks like a starfish." And I said, "Oh, starfish, Florida." So I now call this my starfish ornament. So I will add a little hooky thing, probably with this yarn, so that it can be hung on the tree somehow. We'll see how it goes. And then I'm also going to knit probably 5 more of these. I'm also going to knit an I-cord, probably 5 to 6 feet long, and I'm going to attach these along that I-cord to create a starfish garland. So, to be determined, to be seen. So that is all that I have received in the mail, and what I am working on, and what I have finished. The only other thing I finished this week was one book, Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Really good book, especially if you like twisty, turny plots. She's very twisty, turny. Definitely has a twist ending. And I'm currently listening to the book Under the Whispering Door. Under the Whispering Door, yes, that is correct, by T.J. Klune. And that is also the same author that wrote The House in the Cerulean Sea, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So I figured I would probably enjoy this book as well. What I am watching. I finished Bad Sisters, the current season, and we finished all the seasons and episodes that were available for Chicago Fire. We started to watch Chicago PD over again because we had watched, I think, what was some of it during the pandemic, but I don't think was all of it. So we're kind of watching that. We got Peacock, the premium or plus or whatever it is. So there are more recent episodes of Dateline that I've been catching up on because I am a true crime junkie. And I haven't seen those. So I am catching up on those. I think that's about all we've been watching. We kind of got to my husband said we've reached the end of the internet, so he's been reading because he doesn't want to watch any more TV. The last thing I want to cover is my 2025 knitting goals. So I was in this like panic, frenzied, harried mode at the end of 2024 where I was trying to frantically finish Christmas sprinkles knee-high socks for 3 kids and knit gifts for people, which, didn't happen, right? Like I finished the 3 socks. I didn't finish most of the gifts or even start most of the gifts that I wanted to. And I really lost my joy of knitting during that time. So I decided that in 2025, I am not going to be that same knitter. So seriously, I received as a gift my year in yarn from Summer Day Crochet. And I started to sit down and put some goals to paper. And again, my overarching goal is I'm not going to be that knitter anymore. I am returning to enjoying the knitting journey rather than flying straight to the destination. So that's kind of why I may have said along the way here, when these socks get finished, they get finished. When this blanket gets finished, it gets finished. I'm not going to impose, those kind of deadlines on myself anymore. And if I'm going to knit a gift for Christmas or whatever, I'm going to start way earlier and, cushion a lot of time into it so that it's not that frenzied, harried, chaotic knitting. It's not what I want. I don't enjoy it. It doesn't bring me joy, and I'm not going to be that knitter anymore. So that's pretty much that. The only other thing that I wanted to mention is I did start on January the 1st, Coastal Knitting Chronicles, which is really just recording my progress for that day. So it's on different social media platforms, so Insta or my Facebook or, some of the other platforms that I use, Substack. Basically, I just kind of lay it out, right? Like, this is where I knitted today. This is what I accomplished today. This is how many rows or what projects I worked on or, whatever. So it's kind of just like a journaling in a way for me. And, I was inspired by another Instagram knitter who did that. Like, she was just basically kind of chronicling her daily knitting habit, and I really was inspired by it, and so I thought, oh, I'd like to do that for myself. So that's another thing that you'll see more of this year on my social, especially. I think I'm gonna get away from some of the how-tos, you know, on the blog and all that kind of stuff, and get back to just more of the basics. Like, this is, you know, this is my journaling. This is my journey. This is my experience today. So, yeah, so that's it. And until I talk with you guys next week, happy knitting.